Okay. Hello everybody. I'm here with a tutorial on how to make Godot Steam multiplayer. Um, a few things to make note of is I'm using a Windows computer and we're gonna be using the Steam test servers. Um, so you don't have to pay like the $100 Steam upload fee or anything. And yeah, you'll be able to play um online with your friends. Uh, and it for me it works. And this is just my method. I don't know if it'll work for any of you guys. Um, but yeah, I just like to preface first that I am not some coding genius or anything. I just am using methods that other tutorials and stuff have shown me, and I found that they had some issues with them. At least like it didn't work for me, and I had to make adjustments. So these are just the adjustments I made that might help some other people out. But anyway, first of all, I have Godot on Steam. Just open that up if you have it. I don't know if it'll work if you just have the app not on Steam, but you could try. Um, I have this multiplayer thing, but for this, I'm gonna create a new project. I'm gonna put it in my. Can I go to downloads? Is that a thing I could do? One second, one second. It's not letting me go to downloads, but it's okay. We're gonna go to Steam. Just name it Steam Multiplayer. I'm gonna name it video because it's for the video. Um, it's in my Godot project folder. That's all I gotta do, create. Boom. It's opening. Now, the first thing you want to do is go to the asset lib and search up Steam, right? There's two add-ons you need to get. This one, download. Make sure all of these look very similar. Make sure it's specifically this one. And then the second one is you want this one right here, Steam Multiplayer Peer. And these two together will allow you to do Steam stuff. First thing, make a new scene, main, just so you can save it, and then make a character body scene. Let me play it real quick, and boom. Uh, collision shape for the player. Your player can be different, but this is just a test thing. I don't need to. I can just drag this here. Um, Scale it down a bit. Okay, boom, boom, boom. All right, it's got collision. Let's make a new player script. By the way, you should organize all these files. I'm just doing it quickly because I don't. This is a quick little test, and also make a script for your main. And yeah, so we can use the base player script. I would make a little change just in case instead of accept do up, so that the space doesn't actually accidentally click buttons. And next thing, go to main, delete everything. Delete. You can even delete that too. But I have a text file here with all the scripting that you're gonna need to do. Just go ahead and paste it. There you go. And then there's some stuff at the bottom. I'll get to that in a bit, but this script was made by GWiz. Check him out. He made this tutorial, wonderful tutorial. Um, and this is I only made like a few minor adjustments to this, but for the most part, it's his script. He made it. So all credit to him. But I found that his tutorial didn't fully work for me, and I had to make some changes. So yeah, I'll show you that. But anyways, you want to get these two commented out lines from the main script, put it in the player script. You can uncomment this, and then take this part, go to wherever your player has the movement scripts and stuff, and just put it there, uncomment that. And now this will make it so each player can control their own character, and they don't act like they don't control the other joined players' characters. Um, Now I just quickly set up the scene static body. Let's make a collision shape. Let's just make that like a floor. Beautiful. I'll put that at the bottom here. And then you want to add a button. Just go ahead and scale that up. I'm going to name this one host. Duplicate it. There you go. Name this one join. And I'm going to do the same thing for the actual node names. And then lastly, get a line edit. Place that wherever. Place it right there. And you're going to want to make sure these references are correct. Like these three references, make sure it lines up with these three. You might have to change it if you didn't name it exactly as I did or a different scene path order. And then second thing, you want to connect the signals of each thing. So connect signal here, connect signal here, and text changed here. Oh, that's not it. It's, let me disconnect this, It's the, what did I do? Oh, it's because I didn't rename this ID prompt. That's why you got to make sure that uh, everything's correct. You can still name it whatever you want, but it's easier if you just name it whatever I got. If you do have it name something else, all you gotta do is just take everything nested in here, which is just this one line, and put it to your new like created function signal. And yeah. So with that set up, the next thing you want to do is add a multiplayer spawner. In this spawner spawn path, this is where it's going to be spawned. So in the main scene, and in spawn list, you want to add the player scene. This is what it's going to spawn. And in the player, add a synchronizer. The synchronizer, add property to sync the player, and you want to synchronize the player's position. So for both the host and the join people, they should synchronize their position so they're not like, it's not client side, you know? Um, Next thing you want to do, main scene, it's gonna ask for a player scene right here. You just place the player scene right there. And I think that should be it. So select current as main scene. You'll see here we got all this going. If I go to Steam, it'll say I'm playing Space War, and that's a good sign. That's how you know it's working. Because when I close this, it'll say I'm not, and I run it again, it'll say I am. So this means it's connecting to Steam. If you're already here, you're already doing good. All right. Um, 1 second, there you go. Just test out the host button. It should spawn a player. You'll be able to use left, right, and up to jump and move. So if that's working beautifully, then yeah, that's working. Um, when you click host, it automatically pastes a code to your clipboard, which is all that. And actually, let me make this a little bit longer. And you'll see host and then paste. Paste this code. And if you're the host, like you make sure that, see, I already had the host disabled. You can make the join button disable when you're hosting or all that stuff. But yeah, another thing is, since this is connected to your Steam account, you can't do the Godot custom run instances and like run two of them because you only have one Steam account, so you can't join you can't join yourself with one account. Like two people, one account, that doesn't work. So you'd have to have your friend or somebody else with a Steam account test this to see if multiplayer is working. Another thing, synchronizer, you might want to synchronize other properties if you need to. Like if you want player rotation, you want to synchronize rotation. You can synchronize all sorts of stuff, as you can see here. All that. But yeah. The next thing, I think this is it. This is all you have to do for the project. Now it's just a bunch of file stuff. So there are two files that you need to change, okay? There's a Steamworks SDK, which you can get from the Steamworks dashboard. Right here, Steamworks SDK version 1.63. Download that and go ahead and move that to your folder. What did I name it? Steam Multiplayer Video. Go to your add-ons, Godot Steam, and once you're in here, look at the directory, right? You paste. Make sure to extract it all. Boom, boom, boom. Delete the zip folder now. Go inside. Move this folder up. And there you go. You can delete this because it's empty now. And this is what your Godot Steam folder should look like. It should have this SDK in it. Now, next thing is that I found an issue where when I exported a project, it didn't quite like it didn't quite work. It would say there's some error with Godot Steam friends and it couldn't connect. So what you have to do is this extra file, you have to replace something else. So I cut that, going to my project folder again. Where is that at? Right here. Go to add-ons, go to Steam, Windows 64, and I'm gonna paste. It'll say there's already something named in here, and you just replace it. So now that should be working wonderfully. Um, One last thing you want to do is make a new folder, name it something something export, name it project export, whatever. The name doesn't have to be specific. Um, Steam multiplayer video export, so I can see it. There you go. Now, last thing you need to do is just export it. So go ahead and add new Windows desktop export. Turn this off, embed PCK. You can skip all this stuff. This is just, if you want to, you can add it, but you don't need to. Find your export folder right here. I got it. Yeah, make sure export with debug is turned off. Save. Boom, boom. Go check out your new export thing. If everything else went down correctly, you should only have 4 uh, items in this folder. If you have 3, that means you didn't download one of this add-on. And just go ahead and open it up, see if it's working. You see I'm not playing Space War. It's open now. Now it says I am. Wonderful. Host button works. And yeah, everything's working. Um, Now last thing you want to do is put it on itch so you can send it to your friends and test out if multiplayer does work. So just go to upload new project, Steam multiplayer test video, right? I'm going to turn off that, upload files. Oh, actually, one more thing. If you want to put it on itch, you're gonna have to zip this. So compress it to a zip file. There we go. Now I can go to itch and find that zip file, boom, right there. And there you go. It's for Windows, blah, 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 and make it restricted. I just like to make it password. I name it like test or something. And then save and view page. You got this new page. You can send this link to your friends. Have them download it. And here's the process for their friends to do. Is when you download it, it would likely go to. There we go. It's here in my downloads. Make sure, this is very important, make sure you extract it or else it'll give you some problems. So extract that. There you go. You can delete the zip file now. Open this. You don't have to move this, but I like to just move this up so there's not a folder and a folder and it's nothing else. But yeah, you see the games here. You double click it. It'll open up. It'll give you this because it thinks you have a virus, but it's not a virus unless you make it a virus. And here you go. So, you have one person click host. They'll come in left right key to move, jump to up to jump, and by clicking host it automatically puts something on your clipboard, so you'd want to just send this code to your friends. They paste it and then they would click join, and then they should just spawn up here and you both should be able to see each other, interact, do everything. But that should be about it with this will work um with Steam. It'll use your Space War, the Steam test server. And yeah, if you have any questions or anything, put it in the comments. Maybe I can help you, but this is just my method of what I found worked for Steam multiplayer, and I want you guys to be making multiplayer games on Steam. I will try to put project files or resources and credit in the description or comments or something, so you can also check those out. But yeah, this is about it. Thank you guys for watching the video, and keep making games. And you can see here, I got my friend on. I had him download everything, follow the steps, and we're both here. We're moving. Right, he's off screen right now. Where's he going? There he is. But yeah, like we can interact with each other, do all sorts of stuff, and yeah, you make like a really simple platformer with this. But there you have it.